what Russian people have in their local news is so much different from what you guys see in your local media. In this video, I want to bring you to a reality of somebody in Russia, let's say an ordinary Russian guy, or a girl, or a babushka. I'll take you to a journey listening to 4 major sources of information: television, internet media, real newspapers, and radio. And if you're new here, my name is Niki, I live in Russia, St. Petersburg city, and on this channel I post videos about my daily life and what I see, what I feel and experience around me while living here in Russia. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel with the notification bell so you won't miss any new uploads from me. Well, saying that, let's get started. First, let's talk about how I get news myself. Since the beginning of the war, I've got a new morning habit. I wake up around 9 AM, drink a cup of water, wash myself, and read a book until the moment I feel hungry. By the way, now I'm reading Serendipity, which is a really interesting stuff. And then I check the news while having a breakfast. I was ignorant about the global events before this year, and now I often get questions like, "Hey Niki, did you read this news? Did you read that? Are you able to receive same information as I do, but inside Russia?" Yes, I can watch news from any available sources just like you do, but it's a little bit more complicated in Russia. Many platforms are blocked, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course various news media from inside and outside Russia. If I want to visit BBC website, I simply see such kind of picture with a Roskomnadzor logo, which is a Russian federal agency for supervising, controlling and censoring our media. And it says that the resource, basically the website that I was going to, is blocked. And I can check the reason of the block on this Roskomnadzor's website. Personally, I rely a lot on a few Russian independent journalists. For example, I check the news digest from Ilya Varlamov. His team does a great job making a digest of all major events recently. I also get a lot of info from social medias, mostly Instagram, and directly from news websites like BBC or Meduza. And I have to use VPN for getting access to them. That is the best moment of mentioning the sponsor of this video, Atlas VPN. I use it for getting access to seemingly ordinary apps and websites that are blocked in my country. With VPN I can mask my location and change it to identify any other part of the world. A VPN lets you remain anonymous, encrypting your data and your virtual location. If you have a Netflix subscription, you'll be able to access different shows by changing your location. If you want to buy anything online, it might save you a few bucks too. For example, my own website provider charges American people $120, meanwhile charging me in Russia $70. So if you use a VPN to mask yourself being in Russia, you will save like 50 bucks on the same product, which is a lot. Atlas VPN has another feature that I found interesting. It's Data Breach Monitor. It basically scans the internet and shows whether any of your accounts were exposed, so you can change passwords and stay secured. Atlas VPN works literally on any device, and by clicking a link in the description down below you can get a huge discount for their 3-year deal. That's $1.99 per month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. I use it. My babushka, my granny, uses it for seeing my updates on Instagram, and you can start using Atlas VPN by clicking the link below. So with a VPN I'm able to reach the same news as you get in your country, so do the rest of Russians. The problem is, not every person in my country thinks about digging for more information. More people rely on the information they get in local news without any critical thinking. That's a sad fact. 1 year ago, Russian Public Opinion Research Center, oh, that was hard to remember, VTSOM in Russian, surveyed thousands of Russian, basically to learn how do people receive information, receive news here in Russia. The results are quite predictable. The older people are, the more they watch television, and the younger people are, the more they use internet. 47% of the surveyed people watch news on TV, 42% get news from social medias and blogs, 40% get news simply from talking to people, 36% read news online, 20% read newspaper, and shy 12% listen to radio news. There's one crazy fact about Russian television nowadays. Every single day they broadcast news and updates on what's going on there in Russia and Ukraine and out there in the world for more than 15 hours every single day. That actually looks like a fight for people's brains. Well, let me take you to the mysterious world of Russian TV. We are going to watch two major state channels in Russia, that is Первый канал and Россия 1, the first channel and Russia 1. Let me actually read how they introduce one of their news channels. So welcome, Russian First News Channel, the main informational program of the country. The presenters introduce the viewers' main political, social, cultural and sports news of the day on air. Reports on the most important events are received from our own Russian and foreign correspondents. A team of professionals of the highest level allows us to broadcast the most accurate, relevant and interesting information in the shortest time possible. Well, in the shortest time possible, we gotta see how exactly it looks like. The way we're gonna do it is not watching TV itself, but going to websites of these TV channels which broadcast everything happening on TV on air. VGTRK.ru website is Russia First, and this OneTV.ru website is official website of Первый канал. I have no idea what to expect, honestly. I haven't been watching Russian news channels for ages.
Как защитить рынок продуктов от перепада цен, президент обсуждает в эти минуты. На границе с Латвией выстроилась очередь из фур длиной 14 километров. И Совбез ООН все-таки обсудит украинскую бучу. Об этом прямо сейчас в вестях. Здравствуйте. В нашем военном ведомстве рассказали, что киевские власти готовят целую серию новых провокаций по образцу той, что они уже устроили в Буче, с целью обвинить Россию в убийстве мирных граждан.
По подтвержденной информации.
Now, what about Russia First Channel?
И новости, связанные с громкой провокацией последних дней в украинском городе Буча под Киевом. Постановочное видео оттуда Запад использовал, чтобы обвинить наших военных в гибели мирных жителей. В Москве это назвали чудовищным подлогом. Мы требуем беспристрастного расследования, и как раз в эти минуты идет заседание Совета Безопасности ООН, где Россия намерена представить свои аргументы.
So you see the main rhetorics of Russian news, and I don't want to comment anything here. I just show you what exactly you might see in Russian TV as a Russian person. Now, how about going for a walk to the nearest subway station? Every single time I go there, I see a lot of babushkas getting their newspapers before taking a subway ride. Check out the neighborhood I'm staying at. Behind me, everything looks so Soviet, like this building was built in 1952 as I remember. And to the right side there is actually a newly built building which is like tasteless and looking so different from people who were building like half a century ago in St. Petersburg. This is a press store that I typically see grandmothers, Russian babushkas get their newspapers in the morning. Apparently it's closed right now. And here is this subway station, old style, built like 50 years ago more or less. And we are going to get to the back door of the subway station because there you have other stores. Typical press store where you can get newspaper or little stuff at every single subway station in St. Petersburg. Let's go have a look what they have. Известия, very old Russian newspaper. Комсомольская правда, Коммерсант.
Дневник только бесплатно, он уже кончился.
Это не он. Вот этот
не он.
петербургский, это
всё
другое.
платно. Это все платно.
I think we can get the Российская газета, which means Russian newspaper, and also Известия, which means news, using Russian old.
Комсомольскую правду часто покупают.
And Комсомольская правда.
Известия. Ну, петербургские вот.
Но это местные.
Известия, да. Но это общероссийские.
А можно, пожалуйста, одну российская газета?
Так. И?
Известия и Комсомольская правда.
Хорошо. Стоит 16 рублей. Это стоит 23 рубля. Это 23. 62 рубля все вместе.
62 рубля.
Можно картой?
О, картой, давайте карточкой. Спасибо вам большое.
Пожалуйста. Все ваше.
Все, доброго вечера.
И вам всего доброго.
Here's our newspapers. I'm not going back home right now. I'm taking a subway somewhere to the downtown, maybe have a cup of coffee and see what's written here and show you what's written here. And by the way, the lady who was selling the newspapers, she's such a nice and not camera shy. She didn't ask anything about me talking English even. She was quite helpful in choosing the newspapers. But anyways, I didn't film her face because somehow in Russia I don't feel it's appropriate to film people directly.
Использование средств индивидуальной защиты.
Welcome to the downtown of St. Petersburg. We are staying right next to Moscow railway station and Galleria Mall and Nevsky Prospect behind me. If you ever visit St. Petersburg, my recommendation to come here. And if you want to check out the tiny place I'm going right now, that is Neon Coffee, just 5 minutes away from here. So, welcome to one of my favorite tiny spots in St. Petersburg city, that is Neon Coffee. I often come here to get some tea and have some work, and apparently today my work is to show you some of these newspapers. So the very first newspaper is Komsomolskaya Pravda, and on the front page they have a huge news about COVID-19 in St. Petersburg. They also have a huge news about the young student of Moscow State University. But once you open the newspaper, you actually see a lot of articles about the Russian and Ukrainian conflict. They do have an article about Mariupol and about Bucha, but basically the main rhetoric of this newspaper is that Mariupol and Bucha are both provocation from the West and Ukraine. Here is the front page of the Российская газета, Russian newspaper, and this part is all about the elections in Serbia and Hungary. Only this narrow column is actually about the events happening in Ukraine. For example, the first one says that the West uses the provocation in Bucha to make Kiev keep fighting, and this says theater of Ukrainian army. Once again, guys, I don't want to comment anything about this, just want to show you how it looks like from the inside Russia. Now let's check online news real quick. I'm just doing that a few hours before uploading this video, Saturday, April 16th. Here's my local time. And I start with Google search. By the way, here's everything that I was searching today, like translating stuff and so on. And check out the main Google page. That is so clean, basically the main search bar and nothing else. And we are going to visit Yandex. That is basically a Russian Google, one of the most popular Russian search engines. And the front page here goes like really insane. They have a lot of stuff here, including the news part. And here's basically top 10 trending news until this very moment. Let me actually make a screenshot of this and translate this for you. So you can pause the video and see what exactly Russian news says on the front page of our main biggest search engine. I showed this real quick because basically there's no big difference between what Russian TV channels say and what Russian state media say online. Oh mate, today is such an incredibly snowy day. Warm weather, snow is falling, and I'm going to meet my friend Roman to drive around the city and listen what does a Russian radio says and maybe go see how much is the gasoline price and so on. Roman is one of my only friends who actually drives the car, so the info he can provide is extremely valuable for me. Oh, здоров, Роман.
Здорово, бандит.
Прикольный крыс.
Да, это мне Настя шапку связала и...
Ты только что был в военкомате.
Да, я рот его ебал.
Идешь в армию?
Нет.
А, точно. Ну погнали, посмотрим, сколько стоит.
Вызывали, это был 20... Там огромная очередь, был готов часа 2 постоять.
I have no idea, guys, how much is 20 liters of gas in your country, but apparently in Russia that's 1000 ruble, more or less, which is like 12 American dollars. Погнали радио слушать.
Ой, как я не хотел этого делать, ты это сделал.
Кстати, вот ласточка, Лада Калина, вид спереди. And here is the view from the front.
Она грязная.
You say you speak English?
Yeah.
Why did you speak Russian before? Okay, so please, do the radio stuff. You ever used radio in your car before?
No, never.
Like you don't listen to radio?
Yeah.
What do you listen to?
I listen to my music on my phone, not radio, because there are some news, there are some music which I don't like, and
Ты сам вообще какие-то там новости, не новости следишь? Ну, понятно, что не по телеку, а вообще как-нибудь.
Слушай, я читаю прям некоторые телеграм-каналы, причем что с одной, что с другой стороны. То есть я вижу, как те события освещают у нас, и как те события освещают там на Западе с украинской точки зрения и так далее. И это прям два диаметрально противоположных мнения об одной ситуации, которые оба могут существовать в действительности. Блять, дорога пиздец. Все остальные просто все всецело поддерживают Россию вот в данной ситуации, что да, какой Путин молодец, какой Путин красавчик, давно пора истреблять этих нациков. Вот, но при этом нам с детства говорили о том, что нельзя убивать людей. У меня бабушка, она работала в ТУ на заводе маленькой 12-летней девочкой. И при этом вот мы собирались на кухне, я помню, в деревне. Она пела военные песни и очень много плакала, потому что, война — это то, что повторяться не должно никогда в жизни.
Вести ФМ. Первые о главном.
В эти минуты продолжается отчет Михаила Мишустина в Госдуме. Российская финансовая система устояла после санкций, заявил премьер-министр. Платежи внутри страны идут без перебоев, фондовый рынок и курс рубля стабилизируются. Запад надеялся разрушить экономику России за несколько дней, но этого не произошло, сказал Мишустин.
Вряд ли какая-либо другая страна или другое государство могло бы с этим справиться. Мы же выстояли.
So guys, you heard what you can hear on Vesti FM on radio in Russia, and basically I can't disagree much about that. Like that guy was saying kind of stuff that is happening in Russia. Yes, there are sanctions. Yes, they are hitting Russian economy, and yes, something like it's not the end of Russian economy. With this part, I can agree, but they obviously don't say the reason behind the sanctions, why these sanctions were put onto Russian people and Russia itself, so yeah. Ваше мастерство поражает, Роман. The reason I make this video is to show the power of propaganda. No matter where you live, in Russia, in Ukraine, the United States, every single place around the world has some level of propaganda. And I wanted to share what exactly we in Russia receive in the news. I would really appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with the notification bell. Спасибо and пока.